Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd do a bit of a different video than I've ever done before today, which I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So I put on Instagram a little Ask Me Anything, and I got quite a few answers in. Not answers, questions in. I've got them all here. So let's get straight on with the first one. So straight on with the first question, I've got, what age did you start musical theatre? I don't think I actually had a specific age that I remember starting musical theatre specifically. And it's come all through my family. So I've kind of just been involved with it since I can remember. But I know that I did start my dance side of it when I was 2. So yeah, it's just come in the family. I don't have an exact date for you there. Next, how do you deal with nerves when performing? I do still get nervous whenever I'm performing, I'm not going to lie. But I do try and think, well, you're not, like for me, I'm not playing Ruby when I'm singing it, I'm playing the character. For example, obviously now I'm being Ursula. When I'm performing, I won't think I am Ruby singing Poor Unfortunate Souls. I'll be like, no, I am now the part of Ursula singing Poor Unfortunate Souls as Ursula. I try and just think it's not me performing, it's the character performing, and I've like made myself that character. That's how I try and think about it, really. So yeah. What's your favourite musical? I've got too many, but probably either Wicked or Heathers. I'm always stuck between those two, Wicked and Heathers. I really, really wanted, when it was on, to see Dear Evan Hansen, and I don't think it's going to go on tour or anything, which is really, really, really annoying. And I do love, I'm not going to lie, and Juliet, and one that I will always love, but just I've watched it once, and I absolutely love it. Got 2 tops and everything. Water Bottle, the works, is Les Mis. I absolutely love it. What's your dream role? If I had to pick a dream role from one of my favourite musicals, because yeah, it would be any of the Heathers. I don't think I'm much of a Veronica. Don't think I can reach those high notes. But I would love to be any Heather. Mainly Heather Chandler, because it's Heather Chandler. But I do love all of them, so I'd be happy with any of those. What's your favourite thing about musical theatre? I love how you link the singing and the dancing elements, because obviously I've danced all my life and singing's always been something I do. I think I've sung all the time. You can't really stop me singing when I start. So I just think I like the idea that you link that together. So yeah. What do you recommend for beginners to do with performing? I think start off just doing, at least, just, even if it's not a theatre song, start off just performing those songs that you enjoy and just that you would sing in your shower. Just start off by singing those, because then if you build up with that, you don't always have to go to like a singing lesson. Obviously I have singing lessons, but I haven't had singing lessons my entire life, and I've just got into it slowly. So just start off with what you enjoy and then build up from there. Because like, I didn't first of all go, I want to do theatre, I'm going to go straight to an audition. I built up. Obviously I was straight singing theatre songs because that's what I grew up around. I grew up around all these theatre and performing arts songs. So I went straight into singing theatre, but just focus on what you enjoy first, I would say, and then build it up like that, I think. But obviously I'm not an expert, I'm only 14. Some of these things could change about what I'm saying, but that's what I sort of did, just started singing and building up with it all. What's the favourite musical you have been in? Obviously White Christmas was the first one I did when I was only 8, so that one will always have a place in my heart, as that was my first musical. I love it. But other than that, because obviously I am only 14, I haven't been in that many. If you do count like the summer schools, I've done Acts 1 and stuff. Obviously I've done Greatest Showman, Mamma Mia, Descendants, Wicked, High School Musical. I must say, my favourite's been Wicked, because I fully got painted green. I absolutely loved it. But then I did do Little Shop of Horrors at school last year, and that was actually really good, because it's one of those different ones that you don't really see like a lot on stage and things. So it's between Wicked and Little Shop of Horrors, apart from obviously White Christmas, that's always going to be there. But I think, yeah, we'll go Little Shop of Horrors, because it's one of those different ones that you don't always see getting performed before. So yeah. Next one. What's your favourite style of dance? I must admit, not to sound mean to my tap teacher at all, but tap is not my favourite. I think tap's my weakest as well. I'll openly say tap is my weakest style of dance. So I'm going to say it's probably not tap. I think it's modern lyrical, like jazz lyrical combined, where it's not all the like soft and flowy contemporary. It's that kind of more upbeat and quick contemporary. So I think it's modern jazz contemporary. I don't actually know what it's called, but that style I would say is my favourite. Yeah. If you could play any character from any musical, what would it be? Does it? I'm reading that as if it wasn't a part of like. Obviously, because I am Ruby, I can't really play King. I think his name's King George in Hamilton, for example. But then, if I'm honest, I probably would say King George from Hamilton, because I absolutely, not gonna lie, love You'll Be Back. I might actually do that as a cover. Drop in the comments if you think I should do You'll Be Back as a cover on this channel, because why not? What's your favourite memory of being in musical theatre? My favourite memory is 8th birthday. We're going to set the scene here. My 8th birthday, I had an audition. Then I went up to the park with one of my sisters and my brother. And I thought, I got a phone call being like, you need to get home right now. It's really important. Like, get here now. On the phone, didn't seem the happiest. I thought it was something like my sister had forgotten her inhaler, so we had to rush home. I then got home, found out that I got Susan Waverley in White Christmas. I told my entire family and shouted from the rooftops that that was the best birthday I would ever have. It wasn't. Best birthday I ever have had was getting tickets to Carol Fletcher for my 14th. Which, also, drop down in the comments if you want me to film going to see Carrie. I'm going in May? Yeah, end of May. Drop down in the comments if you want me to film that. Favourite production you've done? I think I've answered that again. Who is your idol? Like, who do you look up to? I've got 3 people. I could have an endless list, because there's so many people in theatre. I'm like, no, I want to be like you. You're absolutely amazing. But I've got 3 people in specific that I absolutely adore. Jennifer Colwell, who's currently in 60 Musical, and I've actually met her. I'll try and insert a picture here from when I met her. Absolutely love her to pieces. Millie O'Connell, which I also got the privilege to meet when I went to watch Rent. Also, yeah. And then top one, Carol Fletcher. I just love her. I've never had the chance to meet her before, but like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to watch her on tour this year. Dog's being a little bit weird next to me. What are you doing? But yeah, those are my top three. I just love them to pieces. I think they're absolutely amazing. Next one, most embarrassing moment. In theatre, when I was in White Christmas, and at one point in the show I have to pull out a letter and go, "This letter, Grandpa," and then open it. Well, I whipped it out, because it was in a weird envelope thing. Whipped it out, the actual letter fell out, was on the floor, but then when I opened it to read it, when I open it to read it, I turn it, can't find obviously the paper with the actual words on, because it's fallen on the floor, and I'm like, and then I have two where I have to say, "Dear," I can't remember his name, or "Dear God," because I had a prayer that I said, and then this. And because I was 8, my mind had gone blank. I was like, "Dear God, please," realised, just went, and there was Pete Rigney. And it was stood like that, because I was like stood here at this point of the stage. It was there, so just went, and then he turned to me, told me, started off my line, and I was like, "Oh yeah." Then I managed to say it, but that's my most embarrassing on stage moment, which is actually, I must say, the night that they filmed it as well. So I have video evidence on the CD in there of me just being totally stupid and forgetting my line. But I think people thought it was cute. I was 8, so hopefully people thought it was cute. Oh my god, that was 6 years ago. That's really weird. If it was my most embarrassing offstage moment, must admit, too many to think of. I'm a very stupid person. Most of my injuries have come from me being embarrassing. So yeah, I don't have an offstage most embarrassing moment. Next one. What are your thoughts on stage door? I think I always try to go to stage door whenever I'm watching a show. I love the element of going and meeting the actors after they've performed. But I think if the actor in that production doesn't want to stage door, you can't really make them. If you're stood outside stage door waiting for this one actor, they might be not coming out because they know people are going to be stood at the stage door and they don't want to do the stage door. So I think if people are stage dooring, feel free and to go and meet them. But if you're not stage dooring, if that actor's not stage dooring, don't be coming at them for "Why didn't you come to stage door?" Sort of thing. But during COVID, obviously it was a lot harder because all stage doors were stopped. So I think stage dooring has actually changed from COVID. I know I did it a bit before COVID, but I've only been to the theatre once or twice since, just because of how busy life's been. And I know for not all of the actors came to stage door, and I just think, well, clearly they don't want to, at this moment in time, come to the stage door and meet the audience, which obviously that's on them. Some people are like, "Well, why don't you come to the stage door? It's just rude." I don't think it is. Maybe they've just been in a full production. They might just want to get home and get some sleep. So I think happily go to stage door if you're allowed, and just if they come out, you get to meet those actors. If they don't come out, don't come at them for it. Any tips on learning lines and lyrics, etc.? I'm one of those people that I hear it about 2 or 3 times and I just know it. But what I will say is I did this for my audition for Ursula Ursula, I still mix that up, is, in terms of lines, I recorded the other person's, like, I'm in this leaving gaps when I'm speaking Ursula, but it was a conversation with Ariel, so on this recording I spoke Ariel's lines and gave myself gaps, and I felt like that helped me because I didn't always have to have someone else there helping me every time I was practicing. In terms of lyrics, I just listen to the song over and over again, sing along to not a backing track, a track with the vocals on. That seems to help me. Favourite thing about the rehearsal process? I love seeing it all come together in the end, because, like, you can do a musical number here, musical number there, musical number in this other place, but when you put it all together in the full show, watching it all come together, all these pieces that you've put together finally actually come together, I really enjoy seeing it all finally come together. I've got so many questions. Pre-show food. I eat very little before I go to the theatre. Can't eat loads and loads and loads. So guys, just a quick location change because my dad's just started cooking tea downstairs. Don't really think you want to see my dad in the background cooking roast potatoes. So, question is, what's your vocal range? Mezzo soprano. Next one, what's the last thing you do before you walk on stage? I always make sure I get myself a drink because I know that my throat's going to go a little bit dodgy. Need a drink now actually because I've been talking way too much. I always do a final little like get myself ready. If I'm doing an American accent, I have to go, dear God, please, and then I can get in my accent. Like, dear God, please, oh my God, like, what the heck? I don't know how it works, but, like, I can't automatically go into American without saying that. So if it's a part where I'm having to sing American, I do that, but, yeah. What do you do when you're not at rehearsal or on stage? I'm going to say I'm most of the time at rehearsal. But those are times when I'm not at rehearsal. I think it's mainly because now I've come into year 10. It'll be mainly as much time as I can doing revision for mocks and things that are coming up, and obviously my actual GCSEs next year. But I do revision, or if I've got an extra minute or two, for my video, like I am right now. Next question. Pre-show ritual / routine. I think most of the time it's, obviously, because most of the shows are at night, so I get home from school, have something to eat, go to the theatre, do my makeup, do my hair, get my costume on, do a quick warm-up, and then I'm straight getting ready for the stage. Drop down in the comments if you want me to do a get ready with me for the show. I'll try, it'll be doing Little Mermaid. Do drop down in the comments if you want me to do one of those for my next show. Dream collab on stage. I would absolutely love to perform with Carol Fletcher because she's one of my absolute idols. Oh my God, I would absolutely love to sing 17 from Heathers with Jamie Moscato or Jacob Fowler, because those two JDs, I love them to pieces. I just love them. Their version of JD, I've watched clips and I just absolutely love it. So I would love to collab with those. I think, looking at it, that's the last question. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you for all of you who did put in some questions. It's been nice to be able to answer those for you. And yeah, I think that's the end of this video.